It is 25 to 12 and you're listening to James O'Brien on LBC. I shall remember for once to to end the tension that I deliberately and cynically created just before the news there. It is almost unbelievable. In fact, do you know what? If it hadn't been Jim Waterson, the media editor of The Guardian, that tweeted this yesterday, I wouldn't have believed it. Because I'm not plugged into this world. I never really was, but certainly I'm not plugged into it in any way like I used to be. So Jim Waterson, who is brilliant at what he does, absolutely superb media correspondent, he revealed yesterday on Twitter that, according to the schedule, a chap called Edward Fulks, who you've probably never heard of, he is the main press regulator in this country, although it's a press regulator set up effectively to avoid more robust scrutiny of the media. He was supposed to be having dinner last night at Rupert Murdoch's Mayfair flat. Rupert Murdoch's Mayfair flat. He cancelled his plans after The Guardian asked why he had booked a dinner date with the billionaire media mogul. So the editor of The Sun can go on the BBC, which is traditionally one of the few places where the British public can expect to have their interests represented by journalists, and not be asked a single question about this. Utterly disgusting. Utterly disgusting journalism. And the bloke who may end up investigating it, although at the moment it's unclear which of Ipso's rules it may have breached, was due to have dinner with the owner. So the editor can go on BBC One's flagship political programme and get her tummy tickled, and the actual owner can call the head of the so-called regulator round for dinner at his Mayfair flat. Yeah, it was all perfectly normal. All perfectly normal. And I can tell you that the number of complaints submitted about this column has just broken all records. It's just become the most complained about column ever, with 17,500 complaints. And I can also tell you that dozens of MPs have now demanded that The Sun... So you've got Conservative MPs now doing what the BBC should have done on Sunday morning and demanding that The Sun actually account for its actions or indeed take immediate action against Jeremy Clarkson. 65 MPs, led by the Tory chairman of the Women and Equality Select Committee, have written an open letter to Victoria Newton, the editor of The Sun, calling for definitive action. Andrea Leadsom has signed it. Harriet Harman has signed it. And they write, "We are horrified at the recent article by Jeremy Clarkson in your publication. As parliamentarians of every persuasion, we condemn in the strongest terms the violent, misogynistic language against the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle."